Hey everybody, this is Mr. Roche. I am working on my 7th segment display. I have rewired my display and I'm feeling good about it. Let me show you what it does. It definitely counts. And what I did was I moved all the resistors to a separate board. And look how nice it is. It's amazing. It's great. Um, So what it does is it takes all those inputs, the A, the B, the C, the D, the E, the F, the F and the G, and it moves them down through these resistors here, and then it gives it a kind of a straight shot into the pins for the 4511 chip, which is great. And then what I did was they all have to share the input pins. So this is like input 1, and this is input 2, and this is input 3, and this is input 4. And what I did was I kind of made these like wires go like this to this. This one's a little googly, but then they all go right into. And sorry, I have a little cold, but they all go into here. So everybody shares the latch pins, okay? And or everybody shares the input pins, and then each one has their own separate latch. So there's a latch for, this is like the 0th place, and this is like the 1's place or the 2's place, and this is like for 4, and this is for 8. Okay, and what they do is when I need one to turn on, I turn it on, and then I set the 4 pins for this, and the numbers show up. So you can see it's kind of working here. I'll let it like get longer and longer and longer, and you can see it's actually really, really pretty good. So we have to learn. I don't know if you can see it with the video. That's the problem, because sometimes the frame rate of the video might be a little bit different than the frame rate of the 7 segment displays, but I think it works out pretty well. So it's looking pretty good. You can see I've got it up to like 400. I'll stop it and you can watch it like kind of scroll up. Is it at like 600? Going to 700 here. It is at 900. Hopefully going to 1,000. There you go. Here we are at 2,450. At 3,800, going to 4,000. There we go. We're at about 52, 5,300. 71, about 7,200. It's like about 86, 8,700 here. It's about 9,700. And this is the end here. We can watch it. But I think I actually have it holding, which you can do too, but I think it should just stop. It might like flip around. But there it goes. It stops. That's it. So anyway, I just have to get you guys the code and show you how to do it. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Let's do it. Basically, this is the old code. What we did was we first set up a set of pins that are going to be the input pins. Okay, so that's pin 11, that's pin 10, that's pin 10, yeah, that's pin 9, and that's pin 8. And those are the input pins. Okay, so this is going to give you like this place. This one's going to give you this place. This one's going to send this one. And this one's going to give this input. Okay, we set up a number of latch pins. Okay, the number we set up a variable for the number of binary pins we have, like BCD pins, and we also set up a number of latches. Okay, these are the latches. So this one turns on the see if I can move it. This one, the orange one right here, turns on this. This yellow one turns on this. This turns on the third one, and this one turns on the fourth. Okay, so depending on what you have, you need to have the correct number of latch pins. Okay, so I have 2 more latch pins. Latch 3 is going to equal pin number 4 over here. So that's that one. And then, whoopee. And then, it's going to equal 5. So there we are. Okay, and so like this sets me up for this. Yours may be different. You're either going to have 1 or 2, or you're going to have a third one, or you're going to have a fourth. Okay. Then what we did was we set up all the codes that we needed to run binary stuff. Okay. We're going to put some code here. Excuse me, but we didn't do it. And then what we needed to do is set up the binary coded decimal pins for output. So that's these pins right here. Okay, and that's those guys. And then we have to set up the latch pins also for output. So I'm going to say pin mode 5 is for output 2. And that allows me to get to 1000 to 9099. That's what I showed you up there, which is awesome. Okay, so I'm very excited about that. Okay, so then what we need to do then is run like the loop to do stuff. And so what we're going to need is a for loop that's going to count for us. Okay, so a for loop is a counting loop. It's like a for I repeat kind of thing in Python. And what we're going to say is for int I, and I'm going to start at 0. And then the second part is it's going to continue while, this is the I in range part. While, now you're going to have one of these depending on what's going on. Like if you only have 2 pins, you're going to do this to 99. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to do it. You could do it to 99. Okay. If you have 3 pins, you're going to do it to 999. Okay, like that. And if you have 4 pins, you can do it to 999. You can even have it less than or equal to. And then what you want I to do is you want to I to go plus plus. Okay. And then essentially what we're going to do is if you have 1 pin, you're going to have to figure out like a couple of numbers for all of this, okay? So let me see how this would work. Okay, so what we're going to do is we have to, if I equals, basically we need to have a digit for as many 7-segment things as we have. So this would be digit 1, this would be digit 2, this would be digit 3, and this would be digit 4 in my case. Okay. So you could do this inside the loop. It's a little bit redundant because it makes all the like the integers get redeclared all the time, but I think it's okay. So you're gonna have like that if you have 2 things. You're gonna have int d3 if you have 4 things, and you're gonna have int d5. D4 if you have four binary segments, and if you have one more, because you're just that awesome, you'd have to have a fifth one. Okay. Okay. So what you have to do is you have to find a value, and basically as I gets bigger and bigger, you have to figure out what the first digit would be. So let's say that the number like I is going to equal, say, like 99. Okay. So what should happen is this needs to be a 9. To find that out, or let's say it's like 79, something like that. Okay. So this one should be 7 and this one should be 9. Okay. The way to do this is to then use the modulus operator. And just what that does is if you divide this by 10, it'll take 7 out of the equation and leave the remainder, which is 9. Okay, so we'll say it equals I, and this is the modulus operator. That's like a little percent sign, minus I mod 10. And that gives you the first digit, okay? For the second digit, it is possible to use you can just sort of divide by 10, okay? But if you're doing more than that, I think you have to take the modulus number. So if you have just 2 segments, this is it. Okay, so that's all you'd have to do. But if you have 3 segments, one of the problems is with using this is that you need to take another sort of mod because you have this other digit. So what you have to do is divide I by 10 and then take the mod of that result, and that'll give you like the second digit. Okay, and then for this one, for D3, you would have to do I divided by 100, and then like if you have 3 segments, this is it. Okay, but like I have 4 segments, so I have to go like this and say I divided by 1,000 to get this value, and then I have to take a mod of 10 for this value. I'm not sure what would happen if you just modded it and you didn't need to really do it. I actually think it'd be okay, but that's it. Okay, so that gives you each of the digits that you need. Okay, so if you need 2, you work here. If you need 3, you work here. And if you have 4, you work here. That's the thing. Okay, and then once you do that, you just go like this. We're going to make a function up here. And Arduino is a kind of an older, funny basic language where you have to have a function declared, I think, before you use it. So I have to make a function up above here called I can just call it anything I want, but I'm going to call it display digit. So I'm going to ask it to display the digit, and I'm going to send it the number of the latch that I care about, and I'm going to send it the digit number that I care about. Okay, so I'm going to do this, and I'm going to make this here, and we're going to put code in it. Okay, but we'll get it all ready. But then once I'm done with that, I'm just going to go in here and say display digit. I'm going to run out of room here, so I'm going to have to, I'll pick this up. So I'll say display digit, and our latches are up here as latch 1. And I'm going to send it like D1. and I'm gonna run out of space here, so I'll pick us up in 1 second.